Booking a flight today feels completely frictionless. You open an app, swipe through highly customized bundles, and secure a ticket in seconds. This seamless front-end experience relies on an industry-wide data standard called the New Distribution Capability, or NDC, launched by the International Air Transport Association. NDC's core mission is to pull airline distribution out of the 1970s. It replaces rigid text protocols with internet-standard XML-based APIs. But underneath that shiny new API interface, the physical hardware actually processing your request still looks like this. Upgrading the digital front-end without replacing the physical back-end creates a hidden, highly volatile architectural disaster. By bypassing legacy middlemen, airlines can now connect live internet APIs directly into their own passenger service systems. The immediate consequence is a surge in traffic. Massive algorithmic volumes of data from modern fare comparison bots start hitting the airline directly. The absolute core of the airline's internal IT absorbing this hit is the IBM TPF mainframe, a database technology designed in the 1960s. To survive the onslaught, airlines are forced to build emergency duct tape solutions, layers of middleware designed to insulate these fragile mainframes from the API traffic. By bypassing the middleman and connecting APIs directly to obsolete databases, airlines inadvertently trap themselves in massive, compounding technical debt. For 40 years, corporate travel agencies and third-party booking sites never looked at an airline's live inventory. Instead, airlines had to file static, pre-packaged fares into a massive middleman registry called ATPCO. This data was sent using EDIFACT, an aging, text-only protocol from the 1980s. Because EDIFACT can only handle basic text characters, it limited airlines to exact predetermined fare classes, exactly 26 static buckets labeled A through Z. If an airline wanted to sell a dynamically bundled seat, like a ticket that included an extra bag and Wi-Fi, EDIFACT could not process it natively. The carrier had to jury-rig a separate primitive messaging system just to tell the legacy mainframe that a passenger paid for an add-on. The EDIFACT pipeline was agonizingly rigid and blocked modern retailing entirely, but because it strictly handled simple, static text, it remained structurally stable. The NDC standard changes this pipeline architecture entirely. By routing modern XML-based internet APIs directly from the airline's live engine to the booking site, it completely bypasses the middleman. This direct connection physically shreds the constraint of the 26 alphabet buckets. Airlines can now execute continuous pricing, dynamically calculating a fare down to the exact penny based on live server demand. It also enables rich content. Third parties can instantly pull high-resolution seat maps and bundled amenities natively. The airline's own passenger service system constructs the offer directly, returning retailing power to the carrier. NDC successfully modernized the airline's merchandising capabilities, but it ignored the physical hardware limitations waiting at the very end of the API pipeline. The critical mismatch lies in the hardware. The new internet APIs are lightning fast, generating immense volumes of dynamic traffic. But the IBM TPF mainframes receiving this traffic were built exclusively to process simple text inquiries. Now, thousands of complex algorithmic XML queries per second are hammering the core database. Engineers rush to build high-speed caching layers to insulate the mainframe. This middleware serves a single purpose: acting as a protective translation shield so the modern API traffic doesn't crash the 1960s core. Airlines resort to this stopgap because the operational risk of migrating entirely to a modern cloud database terrifies them. Wrapping a structural landslide in duct tape creates a highly volatile, unstable architectural compromise. This compromise introduces a massive technical consequence: the cache invalidation nightmare. Flight inventory changes instantly. If the cache serves an agency, that data might be 5 seconds late. A passenger pays via the modern API, but the core rejects the transaction because the seat is gone. The direct result is high booking failure rates and frustrated consumers. And when these errors happen, they trigger a second consequence: debugging hell. During a complex transaction failure, the massive middleware acts as a black box. Engineers must execute an agonizing reverse trace pipeline. They dig from modern JSON logs through XML schemas and caching logic, all the way down to cryptic mainframe dumps. Finding a single point of failure in this multi-layered pipeline takes massive amounts of time, destroying operational efficiency. This entire setup is a classic systemic trap known as the stuck-in-the-middle double bind. The middleware was built to protect the legacy core from the new APIs. But over time, this translation layer becomes so complex, fragile, and critical that it calcifies into a second legacy system. Airlines end up requiring massive teams of engineers just to maintain the layer that translates the old protocols to the new ones. They are trapped spending their budgets on translation rather than actually replacing the core architecture. Bypassing legacy registries with NDC was supposed to cleanly pull airlines into the future of retailing. Instead, forcing modern internet standards to interface with 1960s databases merely accelerated the decay of the underlying system. You cannot permanently bypass legacy architecture with clever APIs and middleware. Eventually, you must wipe the slate clean and replace the database core itself.